Hey, what's up, guys? You're watching the most dramatic political meltdown in recent memory unfold right before your eyes. Letitia James, New York's Attorney General, who built her entire career on the promise to get Trump, is now facing the very same charges that she once hurled at him. But what you'll soon find out is that her legal troubles go far deeper than anything imagined, and the evidence against her appears to be more concrete than anything she ever threw at Trump. The entire Democrat lawfare machine is crashing down, and for some reason, James decided to fight the Supreme Court ruling on birthright citizenship while federal investigators are circling her office. What's that all about? Let's get into it. All right, welcome back. Before we get into it, if you like our videos and you haven't already, you should become a subscriber to the channel. Hit the notification bell and smack the like button because it helps us get our message out to more people. So, we're watching something most politicians never expect to face. Letitia James, the vindictive, nasty Attorney General of New York, is unraveling. Her political strategy is falling apart. The entire Democrat lawfare machine is breaking down in plain view. For years, they used the courts to go after Trump. They called it justice. It was never justice. Letitia James made it personal, though. She said that she would get Trump as she campaigned. That was her promise to the voters of New York. She repeated it proudly. She built her name on it. And then, like all despicable Democrats, she came out and said that she never said that at all, even though there's a thing called the internet and history. But here's where the story takes a delicious turn of irony. Now she's being investigated for the same type of real estate fraud she once accused Trump of doing. The difference is stark, though. In her case, the evidence appears to be more concrete. The spotlight she directed at Trump has now turned directly back onto her. With that said, she's not backing down. She's refusing to follow a Supreme Court ruling. Strangely enough, she claims she'll continue to resist until the full opinion is released on the birthright citizenship. She isn't seeking legal clarity. She's rejecting legal authority. A Supreme Court decision landed this week. It stripped away the tactic that Democrats relied on for years. Nationwide injunctions by activist district judges no longer stand. One judge in one district no longer controls all of federal policy. It was like hundreds of Supreme Courts that were against Trump because, obviously. Trump's executive order on birthright citizenship is now moving forward. It will apply everywhere. And there isn't a thing that a district judge can do about it now that the Supreme Court ruled that they overstepped their authority. I mean, we knew it all along, but it had to take the Supreme Court to smack some sense into them. I think they should all be investigated and removed from the bench. Democrats are furious, though. Letitia James is at the center of the reaction. She is lashing out at the ruling. She's not stepping aside. She is not waiting for clarification. She's actively resisting the court. Now think about this, guys. The Democrats are complaining that the Constitution does not say that if you are a foreigner and you have a baby on U.S. soil, that it automatically becomes a citizen. It never has. Senator Howard, who introduced the 14th Amendment, said so from the floor of the Senate as he introduced it. And he pointed out what "and subject to the jurisdiction thereof" means. But the most important thing that they are upset about, even more than the fact that they can't let unregistered Democrats be born here on our soil, is the fact that the Supreme Court voted 6-3, which seems to be that magic number these days, all right, on important cases. They voted 6-3 that district judges cannot make nationwide rulings or anything that goes on outside of their own district. I've always said that the Democrats love a rigged system, any system at all, so long as it's rigged in their favor. Now, what's truly fascinating is the timing of her defiance. What's strange is why she picked this fight now. Was it a diversion, a way to distract the public from her own mounting legal problems? She's not just facing political fallout, guys. She's staring down the possibility of losing her office or even some prison time. So it tracks that Letitia James would go back to attacking Trump, hoping the old playbook still works. Maybe the media would twist the narrative one more time. Maybe they'd cover for her like they always do when a Democrat is in trouble. While this unfolds, the FBI is examining her own conduct. The Federal Housing Finance Agency referred her for criminal prosecution. A federal grand jury has already issued subpoenas. The details are troubling. As we previously reported, she allegedly claimed a Virginia property as her residence. That was during her time as New York Attorney General. The law requires her to reside in New York. She also identified a Brooklyn property within 5 units as a 4-unit residence. That changed the financial terms of her mortgage. In one case from 1983, she and her father signed paperwork as if they were husband and wife. That signature attached to a mortgage document is the smoking gun. She did all this for better terms on the mortgage. She committed mortgage fraud. The investigation is not partisan, guys. The facts are in writing. The allegations involve documents that she signed. Trump didn't sign them. She signed them. These are not old tweets. These are official forms tied to government-backed loans. Other legal attacks on Trump are also failing. Jack Smith's cases are in disarray. He's gone. The Georgia case is stuck. The Manhattan case led to a conviction, but that outcome might not hold because it was pure lawfare committed by a radical progressive district attorney and a judge teaming up against Trump. Republicans in Congress released a report describing what happened. They said that Alvin Bragg and Judge Merchan violated Trump's rights. The report accuses them of using an unconstitutional Russian nesting doll theory. The jury reached a guilty verdict without identifying the actual crime. This is not a breakdown in just one courtroom. The entire framework is collapsing, guys. Democrats have always used activist hack judges to give them what they can't get legislatively. Letitia James asked taxpayers to cover her own legal defense. Are you kidding me? She used her office to attack Trump. Now she wants the public to fund her own attorneys. The same New Yorkers she spent years lecturing are now the ones she's turning to for help. She told reporters she plans to defend the Constitution. She said that while under federal investigation, guys, it's a joke. The phrase has lost its meaning anymore. The actions do not match the words. That's the problem, and the Americans can smell a fraud a mile away. She filed 21 lawsuits against Trump. She directed state resources toward political outcomes. She is now facing accusations of wire fraud. She may be charged with mail fraud. Bank fraud is just under review right now. This is not about Letitia James alone. The lawfare model is collapsing. The strategy relied on courtroom narratives. It depended on media coverage. It relied on legal theories that stretched beyond the Constitution. The American public saw through the effort. Voters ignored the headlines. The legal pressure on Trump did not bring political defeat, and that's what they were trying to do with all the lawfare cases. It did the exact opposite. Trump's support grew. Letitia James tried to write the end of Trump's story. Now she is watching her own story fall apart. Her team is shrinking. Her narrative is no longer moving forward. The Supreme Court has removed the legal weapons that Democrats used in their lawfare. The public has rejected the storyline. The prosecutors are now under review. The accusations have reversed direction. Letitia James said that she would get Trump. She is the one who is now under legal threat. Her tactics are being exposed. Her public image is no longer protected, and she's too stupid to cut her losses. The chapter on lawfare is closing. The courts are returning to balance. The people who misuse the system are now standing before it. Letitia James will now learn what it means when the law is no longer optional. And here's the beautiful irony of it all, guys. The very system she weaponized against Trump is now working exactly as it should. Justice shouldn't be partisan. It should be blind. When you spend years trying to destroy someone through legal manipulation, you better make sure your own house is spotless. Letitia James forgot that fundamental rule, and now she's about to pay the price. The lawfare era is over. The real justice is making a comeback. That's something every American, regardless of political affiliation, should celebrate. All right, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.